Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Sunlinks.com, and this is the action figure review for Star Wars, the Black Series 6-inch Chewbacca figure. Now, I gotta go ahead and just put my editor-in-chief over at Sunlinks, my editor-in-chief over at Sunlinks.com, Mr. Jordan Mason. Great guy. Me and him collect Star Wars figures, and he was nailing it out of the park, finding figure after figure after figure after figure, and we've been finding him at Walgreens, and now I got him beat because I found Chewbacca and he didn't, so, you know, small victories, okay? But anyway, this is a great figure. I really like this guy, and we're going to go ahead and get into the review. But first, let's take a look at the packaging, which is actually a new packaging. We're going to go ahead and do a comparison of the old Star Wars figure. The Star Wars Black Series packaging. Now, they had a problem with getting Chewbacca displayed in the package with all this. So as you can see, they have changed it. They got rid of the window top, and they made this clear up here, and I kind of like this better. It allows more light to get in for you to actually see any imperfections, and I really like the blue over this red. So yeah, you can see the changes that are made down here. So yeah, I like this packaging over this one. Otherwise, it was the same size. They didn't have to change up anything for Chewbacca. It's not any wider or shorter. It's the same exact box, just with a little bit of retooling. So yeah, I like this better. Anyway, packaging aside, here we have Chewie, and he's a great looking figure. I do feel that he's a little cockeyed though. That might just be mine, but he's a little cockeyed. I like him with the classic open mouth expression, looking like a big Yeti. You got his bandolier here. You've got his bowcaster, which we'll take a look at that. You can see you can hold that. Go ahead and pull the bowcaster out for now. He's got his satchel with even painted buckles in that satchel. I love the detail on here. And there's a lot of layers going on here. And there's a lot of softer plastic bits. Yeah, this is a great figure. A lot of this, I mean, he reminds me a lot of the Groot figure. I don't know why, he just does. It's made by the same company, so. But yeah, great figure, and he does have a lot of articulation points, but a lot of them are just, you can't really utilize a lot of the articulation because of the way they cover up the fur and the joints and everything. And also, his head is on a ball joint. I'm just going to pop this off so you can see. It's just a single ball joint, no movement here. It's just right inside. So, and it helps if you get that fur over this bandolier, because if you take that bandolier and just push it like this, I mean, it just falls right down. So you want to kind of wedge it underneath that fur. And he is a big figure. For comparison, let's go ahead and bring in, who else? His buddy Han Solo. So yeah, great size difference. I love how Chewie just towers over Han. And it seems like he's just a little bit bigger here than he was in the movie series, but I'm okay with that. This is great. And Peter Mayhew is, you know, freaking tall as hell. But anyway, you've got his bowcaster here. Now, when you get this thing, it comes in two pieces in the package. This part just pops off. And you can't attach it this way. It can only attach one way, so they made it, you know, idiot proof. I'm just going to go ahead and say they made it idiot proof. But yeah, great detail on the bowcaster. Got a lot of silver in there. I really, looking at this thing, you start to kind of appreciate some of the stuff they did with Star Wars. Like, looking at this, there are apparently 3 scopes on this. There are 3 scopes. I don't know, but it still looks cool. It's Chewie's signature weapon. And of course, you got the satchel, which has a nice weathered look on it with the different paints they use in there. It really looks like a leather. You actually got a lot of weathering, if you can see that, to really make it stand out, make it look like leather. You even got little notches in the belt and painted on buckles, and, you know, the rings painted here. Just a lot of great detail on the magazines he uses on the bowcaster. I remember those are magazines. So. But yeah, good looking figure. Articulation wise, now like I said, a lot of it's in, you got a ball joint here. That's about all you can get out of there. You can swivel a bit, but this fur, it's a pliable plastic, but it's really stiff. Knee joints, you can get a 90-degree angle there. You got a thigh swivel here. Got ball jointed hips, but that's about all you can get out of there. You can get it back and forth pretty well. You've got waist articulation. It is in there. There's the waist. And you got a torso articulation as well, but it's not a torso crunch. See, I think the crunch is at the waist actually, because if you look, it flexes here, and I don't know if that's the hips or it's not the hips. It is just there's a crunch, but it's lower, and up here is just a swivel. I want to say there's a ball joint there, but I don't want to take it apart to figure out. The head is on that slight ball joint, but it's on a peg, so you're not getting a lot out of it. Arms are on a joint, but they only go up that far. Single jointed elbows. The wrists do go back and forth and swivel. And they'll go back and forth and swivel here, and you get an elbow joint there. So yeah, not too bad. Like I said, we're just going to get that bowcaster back in there. The only thing is his hand, like the trigger finger here, is really not separated from his hand. So, well, I'll just separate it a little bit there. So, alright, I did that on camera, so why not? So, might as well just go ahead and throw it in heat. Well, now that comes off. Come on, get in there. Oh, and now the freaking scope has come off. This thing's just... Jason, you're just screwing it all up here. Alright, get back on there. Let's put everything back together. So yeah, I still can't get that finger inside the trigger guard, but I'm not worried about it because it still looks pretty good as is. So, haha, good save. So anyway, those are going to put hot and chewy together here because they look really good together. So yeah, this is a figure I was waiting for, and I'm glad they got the packaging thing out of the way so we could get a great Chewy figure. Towering over Han. This is, if you see this guy, immediately pick him up. Of course, everything's being found at Walgreens now. This is where I found mine, so I suggest you go there and pick them up. But until next time, guys, I'm Jason the X for SCNS Live. Catch us every Thursday night. Go to cinelinks.com, and until next time, guys, keep on nerding.